Finally, I got the sample of my MF flashcard. Actually, I already got it like last week, but then until now only I have time to do a simple unboxing so that students have some idea what is this product about. Yeah, first thing is why do I put the name F to A? This one is actually the vision of this product. Actually, I hope this product can help the student from fails to A by just using my product. Of course, MF is not something like you memorize and then you confirm can get A. You still need to do ton of the practice. But then the purpose of this product is to make the learning MF easier and at the same time help the student to memorize a lot of important keywords and also the formula. Okay, so let's have a look the box. So first you can see here has some introduction, and then here is just the title, and then here you can see my profile, and here is our Instagram page so that you can make the purchase over here. You just PM me over there. Alright, so let's have a look inside of this product. This box I think can last quite long because it's a hardcover, and then they do put some magnets over here so that easier for you to something like open and close like this. Yeah, so and then once you open, I make a simple manual here about the author, which is me. Actually, I designed the whole product by myself. And then here I actually write some methods on how to use the flashcard. I'm not sure whether you can see or not. Yeah, this because some of the students might know I actually graduate from psychology. Yeah, so I know how the memories work. So this is the reason why when I design the flashcard, I insist each of the card can only tell one information because this is how our memories work. Yeah, and then here actually will tell you how to use lah. It means like first one you must study in small batch. Basically, I will recommend you to actually use like 5 to 10 cards when you practice it. Mean you that because the whole box here you have like 162 cards. You're not going to bring the like 162 cards to the school, right? So basically, yeah, you can see here each of the card here I actually asked the factory to actually punch a hole here, and then you can just buy some simple ring like this, and then you can just like put 5 to 10 cards to the school or to wherever you have time to memorize. Then you can just memorize it. And then the important part of the menu is the back here. This is the content. Because why? So because there's a 162 card, right? So when I design this product, right, I think what if the student suddenly want to find back certain card to help him or hers to do the exam paper or something. So this is a reason why cannot be the student need to find the card like one by one, right? Which is impossible, which is 162, which is a lot, man. So this is basically the content list lah. So what this content list I design is I actually categorize by the topics. So you can see like the Form 4 first topic is function, right? Second topic is a quadratic, right? And then third topic you might have something like integers and log. And then the next topic you might have some progression. Yeah, so you can see. So this is like basically all the topics, not all lah, I can say most of the topic from Form 4 to Form 5. And then the last topic you can see is a kinematic, right? And then these are all the cards in the kinematic. So that means if you suddenly doing a topic about, let's say, kinematic, then you want to find a card, you will go to find a card with the number 154, 155, or maybe 160. And then if you see I designed a card, right, each of the card on the top over there, you can see there's a number, isn't it? Because the purpose of this number on the top, right, is basically it's easier for you to get check, tally with this list lah. So you can see this one is 015. Front and back I also put a 015, so easier for student to faster to get whatever content you want. So you can go to the list here, and then if you look for the 15 here, 15, not sure you can see or not. Yeah, they say combine of two similar triangle. So you can see here, combine of two similar triangle. Okay, this is how it's worked for this content list. It's just in case some of you actually lost your content list, then maybe you can just message me. Then I can send you the PDF file for the content list, so that you won't lose it, right? Okay, then let's go into some of the card content here. Okay, because some students like wondering, sir, why do I need all these flashcards to learn? Okay, example, because similar triangle is a very common knowledge about for the KBAT question. Example, because a lot of students, if you have two similar triangle like this, they combine together, then how are you going to form the equation? Because if you cannot form the equation, right, it's actually very hard for students to actually solve it. So this is the reason why in this card I actually teach you how to form the equation. So if you flip on the other side, there's two methods you can form the equation. So if you try to understand it, right, it's not too bad, right? This is y plus x over b. If you check together, y plus x basically is this length, right? This length over b, then is equals to y over a. Then is equals to y over a. This is one of the option. Or some students prefer like a over b. Then you can see this is, you can compare this length and this length, isn't it? So a over b. Then if you compare this length and this length, isn't it? Then for the vertical one, you will compare like x and y plus x, isn't it? I mean y and y plus x, isn't it? So you can see it's y and y plus x. Because I think this kind of knowledge is important for students to know how to solve the similar triangle questions. Yeah, if the two similar triangle, like sometimes they are separated, right? Then how are you going to form the triangle, form the equation if they are separated? Example, like a over b, x over y. Because for me, I definitely, when I see something like this, I can straight away form the equation very fast. But some students might not know. Then yeah, so then this kind of card will be very useful for students to understand how to form the equation. So here, let's say, this area of prism I think is very common. Yeah, I hope this camera can help me to focus this one, please. Okay, so it's like area of the cross section multiply the length. Because in the differentiation, right, the maximum minimum problem, they love to use about the prism. So students need to know how to form the volume of prism so that you can do the differentiation. I mean, maybe dvdx equals 0 to find the maximum or minimum of the volume. So how to find the volume? So on the other side, I actually says area of the cross section, and then multiply with the L. L will be the length, right? So here actually gives you some tips. Means like area of the cross section, right, can change to the other shapes. Because some students might think, so is it area of the cross section must be always triangle? Not necessary. It can be trapezium. It can even be hexagon or pentagon. It can be in any shapes they want for the cross section. When we say cross section, mean the front area and back area, they must be the same. And then middle will be the L. So basically, if you understand, just find one of the cross section, multiply L, then you get the whole volume. So yeah, a lot of cards to talk about. So after that, I will make a specific playlist in my YouTube to actually talk about each of the card. So like example, this one is one of the famous KBAT question in the vector. Mean they give you a hexagon, and then they tell you, oh, maybe vector AB is a A. Then they ask you what is the vector for FC or CF. So you realize FC is not the same length as AB, right? But they are parallel. Because this is a regular hexagon, the diagonal must be parallel with the side. And then for the hexagon, all the students need to like memorize. Basically, the length is always double from the side. So therefore, if this is double, this is A, this one will be 2A, isn't it? So at the back, you can see, yeah, FC is basically 2A. Then here I put some explanation because always double the length of its size. Because why this idea is important? Because when you go into the exam question, right, I don't want students to think like, oh, sir, can only be this side. What if they give you the BC? And then here they give you the diagonal. Is the BC, the diagonal will be A to D, right? Then if let's say BC is the B, then A to D will be 2B. So because this diagonal will be always double from its side. So this is how to use this hexagon card. So when you do the exam paper, suddenly you see some regular hexagon in the vector topic, then you can quickly go back to this card 87. What if you can't remember about the number here, then you can just go back to the content list. Example, then you go back to this content list, then you look for vector. Okay, then the vector is somewhere here, and then you can see all the content necessary. So this one you can see, not sure you can see or not, the diagonal of the regular hexagon. Then you can look for the card 87. Yeah, because a lot of knowledge, I would say, is important for a lot of students. Like example, what if today in the vector topic, right, you see something like parallel vector. Okay, then of course in the exam paper 2, MF, they always ask you form an equation using lambda. Maybe they doesn't say the word using lambda, then they just tell you these two vectors are parallel. So if you are good in MF, you should know, then AB will be lambda to the CD. So AB will be lambda of the CD. Yeah, I do have the collinear also, because collinear also very famous in the vector, like how to form the equation. Yeah, then here actually I teach you how to form the equation. Yeah, there's two different options how to use a lambda, because just now are two different vectors, they are parallel. Actually collinear, right, this vector and this vector, they are parallel also, but then they just join together as one linear. This is the reason why they say collinear. And then this one is something like very famous in the vector paper 2, which is I call comparing methods. Let's say vector AB is equals to the vector CD, then how are you going to find the H and K? Then you should know this one, in order to solve this one, you're just comparing their A. That means H plus 1 must equal to 4. Then negative 5 must equal to K. So over here I actually explained to you, you should comparing the A first, then only you comparing the B. This is how you solve it. So because I think sometimes I straight away give the student number is easier for student to understand better, because at first when I design the flashcard, I'm thinking should I put the X and Y or some other constant letter. But then if the whole card doesn't have number, everything in the PQRS or X and Y, right, I think it's very hard for a student to actually learn it. Yeah, have a lot of card so I just simply give some card. Like this card, the purpose of this card is I actually hope the student understand like what is the range. Because a lot of students when go to the function, like, I mean maybe 1 or 2 mark, paper 1, they ask you to find a range. So here I give you the idea of range. First thing is the range must be the vertical one. So the vertical means what? It must from the minimum of Y until the maximum of Y. So based on the observation, minimum of Y is it 0? Maximum of Y is it 8? So the range for this fx is from 0 to 8. Okay, so yeah, and then some range of this quadratic. I also make some cut about quadratic and then you can see, yeah, this one is how, if you have the quadratic, right, how are you going to find the range of it? Because quadratic, I only know that from the minimum point until the infinity, isn't it? So the range is just called f is bigger or equals to -5. Yeah, so I have the quadratic. Yeah, basically a lot of different cards. If you are interested, I can show you one by one, but not in the open box. Like recurring decimal is also the 3-mark question in the paper 1. Like let's say you have the example like this, how to convert it into the single fraction. This is what most recurring decimal question. So I will teach you how to make this one into a progression. So you can see it's actually 0.27 plus 0.0027 and so on. And then from here you can easily know what is your A and what is your R, and then you sub both of these into the sum to infinity formula, then you can easily get your fraction. Alright, so yeah, there's you can see there's a lot of card here. So basically you have like 162 card. So if anyone interested, yeah, you can just go to our Telegram post, or if you cannot scan this QR, maybe you just look for something like F to A. I'm not sure you can see or not. My lens, please focus, please. Yeah, you just look for something like F to A flashcard. If you really cannot see, you just go to my Telegram, PM me also can. If anyone interested, I would say if you are very good in MF, like you already like always get A, I think this kind of card is not so useful for you. But if you are always fail and and then you try your best to memorize a lot of knowledge, and then eventually you still cannot memorize. Like example, you see something like this, you have no idea how to do this kind of uh, card here, then I think this kind of card will be very useful for you lah. Let's say you have the same power, how are you going to simplify? This is a very important idea about indices lah. Then yeah, I think this kind of card, even though it's a very simple knowledge, but once you know already, when you do the question, it will be very useful, and somehow it can easily help you to get some mark from it. Anyways, I hope you like this video and can share this video to any of your friend or your sibling or your student who like about this product. And then yeah, I hope you guys will like the product I design. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye.